Coming up on Sports Night, the Friday night lights are bright for the playoffs. We got a full slate of games ready to roll, highlights on the way. It's opening day for My All-American. We catch up with one of the movie's key players, Justin Street, who tells us what it was like playing the role of his late father, James Street. The Spurs return home after a successful West Coast road trip. Plus, the UT men tip off the season with the showdown in Shanghai against Washington.
United States, we do not do a good job.
eBay the follow slam.
This is Sports Night. It's a Friday night in the fall, and I'm having high school blitz withdrawals. No high school bands, no hour-long show. Just you, me, a lot of playoff games, and some college basketball in China. Let's kick it off with the high school playoffs. The Reagan Rattlers in San Antonio win undefeated in the regular season, and their reward for that, a really tough matchup with a strong Smithson Valley team. Luckily, we still do have Jeff Platt in the show. He's at Comalander Stadium for the big game. Jeff?
Joaquin, it's fun to be here. Who cares if it's the Blitz or Sports Night? We've still got action-packed high school football, and what a good game this one is. Joaquin, you mentioned it. Reagan coming into this one undefeated. Now, usually an undefeated team gets a fairly easy matchup in the first round of the playoffs. That was not the case tonight. Reagan has to deal with Smithson Valley. The Rangers had 3 losses on the season entering this game, to Judson, to Steele, and to Clements. That's 2 losses to 2 of the top 10 teams in the state, and a loss to a very good Clemens Buffaloes team. Again, Reagan still enters this one as a big favorite, but that is why they play the game. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. Baylor commit and Reagan junior Kellen Mond welcoming his guys onto the field. Smithson Valley got the ball first. That means it's Josh Adkins under center. Adkins caps off a long drive with this quarterback sneak for the score. The Rangers take a 7-0 lead. Mond warming up. He is ready to go. We've seen this all year from Mond. Fakes the handoff, finds Tyler Leiser across the middle for the big gain, but that's where the Reagan drive stops. Smithson Valley ball. Adkins, the deep ball to Derek Hausler, 59 yards for the score. The Rangers took a 17-0 lead into the half. Smithson Valley held on to that lead. Rangers 17, Rattlers 7, very, very late in the fourth quarter. Smithson Valley shocking Reagan. Kellen Mond, the Baylor commit, the star junior quarterback for the Reagan Rattlers, just couldn't get anything going for Reagan tonight. You have to credit the Smithson Valley defense. The Rangers are looking really, really good and could be a force to be reckoned with come this postseason. Plenty more to come from Comalander Stadium in just a little bit, but again, it's Smithson Valley shocking undefeated Reagan in the first round of the playoffs. Joaquin?
Thank you, Jeff. Westlake and Round Rock shaking hands first, then they're going to line up and hit each other. Shaps get on the board first. Sam Ellinger fires to Kylan Granson, who goes in untouched. It's 7-0 Westlake. Second quarter now 14-0 Chaparrals. Fourth down for Round Rock. Liam Beard, the play fake, and finds Andrew Stefani open for the touchdown. That cuts the lead in half. Too much Ellinger, though. Pretty ball here to the back corner of the end zone, and his man Granson there for another score. The Chaps go up 21-7. They win 35-14, and they get the Woodlands in the next round of the playoffs. Cedar Ridge and Bowie meeting in the playoffs for the 3rd straight season. They split the first 2. Bowie on the move. Josh Wainwright takes the pitch, rumbles all the way into the red zone. Dogs unable to punch it in, though. They would have to settle for this 25-yard field goal. And Bowie leads 3-0. Raiders' next possession, though. Garrett Sharp taken to the air. Kadarius Daniels on the other side of this 42-yard touchdown reception at 7-3 Cedar Ridge. And the Raiders win this thing 47-17. How about MacArthur and Steele? Knights with a perfect regular season. Xavier Martin sacked by the MAC defense, though, early on. Watch out for the Bramers, but Martin, not to be denied, he would keep this one. Finds pay dirt as he tiptoes down the sideline, makes it 7-0, and then it's A little defense right here. Nice stick from the Knights D. Martin this time going deep to Cox Wesley. Racing down the sideline right there, which is going to set up a little handoff here to Lumpkin for the score. Makes it 14-0 Knights. Steele wins this one 62-13. They play Brennan next Saturday at Heroes Stadium. LBJ hosting Vista Ridge in a rematch. These teams met earlier in the year. The Rangers won that one after a methodical drive down the field. 3-yard TD run for the Rangers. They would miss the extra point at 6-0 later. It's my favorite name in the area, Matt Snow, the king of the north. Finds the end zone, 13-0 Vista Ridge. They go on to win this one 44-27. Welcome back to Sports Night. All week long, we've been with the Texas basketball team in China getting ready for game number 1. Finally, 7 months after Shaka Smart was hired, we get to see his team in action. And what a stage for his debut. The Longhorns and Washington Huskies facing off in Shanghai. So here we go. Shaka leading the Burnt Orange. This one was sloppy. First quarter, Prince eBay, the putback dunk. The Horns are up 5-1. After a Texas turnover, though, DeJounte Murray, the pretty up and under. The Huskies take a 22-14 lead. This one was 34 all at the half. Second half, Isaiah Taylor gets into the lane and finishes the and one. The Horns trail 50-45. And then it's Andrews nailing the three to go 71-67. Washington ruins the debut 77-71. For more on the game and the Longhorns, here's Ricky Doyle.
All right, thank you, Joaquin. Joined after the game by Longhorns senior guard Javon Felix. Javon, it felt like a struggle offensively for whatever reason. What do you think was the biggest issue offensively?
We let the struggles defensively affect us offensively. And, you know, it was mental for us. We let the foul calls affect us. You know, we still have to play through that and find a way to, you know, score points and get in the rhythm. But you can't do that without stops, and we didn't do that tonight.
You guys talked a lot this week about being, you know, the tougher team and being mean and being nasty. Did you feel like you got away from that a little bit as the game went along?
Yeah, we definitely weren't the tougher team tonight. They punished us on the glass. I don't know how many offensive rebounds they had, but they had like 11 at halftime. So we were terrible on the glass. They beat us to all the loose balls, and that's on everybody. But we just got to get better.
Obviously, the first game under Coach Smart, there's going to be an adjustment period. Did it feel like that today, that there was just a bit of a process of getting used to Shaka and what he wants?
I mean, yeah, it was an adjustment period, but, I mean, just from the standpoint of playing a game, we haven't played a real game aside from the exhibition game in a long time, but that's no excuse. We just have to be better and do the things we practice, and we'll be fine.
So much went into this trip, the travel once you even got into China. Did that affect things at all today?
No, I don't think it affected things at all. I just think that we let things that happened previously in the game affect us on the offensive end and later on in the game defensively.
Javon Felix joining us here after the game in Shanghai. Joaquin, let's go ahead and send it back to you.
Spurs back in action Saturday night hosting the winless Sixers. Keep it locked right here for all the highlights and post-game. On the way out here, we want to mention a couple more high school scores. Austin High hadn't won a playoff game in 58 years. Unfortunately, that streak will continue to 59 years. They lose 64-13 to Hendrickson, and Wimberley wins 35-7 over Pearsall. That's our show for the evening. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good weekend.